Are you being ignored by the women you really desire? The ones that make your heart pound, the ones you dream about. I'm not talking about polite smiles and quick conversations. I'm talking about being utterly, completely invisible. The brutal truth is, you might be invisible to 80% of them. And it's not your fault, not entirely. It's hypergamy. It's the innate, deeply ingrained female drive to seek the absolute best possible mate. Not the nicest, not the most convenient, but the best. This isn't about being a good person. It's about raw, unadulterated biological programming, a primal urge as old as time itself. Think of it like this: 80% of women, generally speaking, are competing for the attention and resources of the top 20% of men. This is the 80-20 rule, the Pareto principle, and it's playing out in the dating world with a vengeance, creating a cutthroat, almost gladiatorial arena. It's not just a theory. It's the cold, hard reality you're facing every time you swipe right, every time you approach a woman, every time you feel that pang of rejection. It's the silent scream of millions of men who feel lost, confused, and utterly powerless. I'm here to rip off the blindfold. I'm here to dissect hypergamy from a red pill perspective, a perspective that doesn't shy away from uncomfortable truths. We're going to delve into the raw, unfiltered reality of female mate selection, exposing the mechanisms that drive their choices, even if those mechanisms seem harsh, unfair, or even cruel. We're going to lay bare the primal instincts that govern their desires, and trust me, it's not always pretty. I'm going to show you why you're facing this uphill battle, and more importantly, I'm going to hint at the strategies you can use to climb that mountain, to claw your way into that top 20%. But those detailed strategies, those are for later. Those are for men who are truly ready to commit to the arduous, yet ultimately rewarding, path of self-mastery. For now, we focus on understanding the beast. Prepare yourself, because what you're about to hear will shatter your illusions and force you to confront the reality of the dating landscape. This is the truth they don't want you to know, the secret whispered in hushed tones, the raw, untamed power of hypergamy. Let's rip off the band-aid, shall we? We're diving headfirst into the raw, unfiltered truth about women and their mating choices. We're talking about hypergamy. Forget the sugar-coated fairy tales. Hypergamy, in its purest, most primal form, is the female instinct to marry up, or more accurately, and let's be brutally honest here, made up. It's a deeply ingrained drive, a biological imperative etched into their very being. This isn't some modern social construct. This is ancient, hardwired programming. Now, before you jump to conclusions, this isn't just about gold digging. Sure, money plays a role, but it's a symptom, not the cause. Hypergamy is about perceived status, and even more fundamentally, genetic fitness. It's about securing the best possible genes and resources for her offspring, even if that means competing fiercely with other women for access to the same limited pool of top-tier men. Think of it as a ruthless biological marketplace where women are constantly seeking the highest value transaction, the ultimate upgrade. Picture this: a lioness in the wild. She doesn't choose the scrawniest, weakest lion to father her cubs, does she? Absolutely not. She instinctively gravitates towards the strongest, most dominant male, the one who can best protect her and her offspring, ensuring their survival. That, in essence, is hypergamy at play. Human females, while obviously more complex, operate on a similar, albeit more sophisticated, principle. Let's delve into the evolutionary psychology behind this. For millennia, women faced immense vulnerability during pregnancy and child rearing. They were physically more susceptible to danger, less able to hunt and provide for themselves. Their survival and the survival of their children depended on their ability to secure a strong, capable provider and protector. This isn't about some conscious, calculated decision-making process. It's wired into their DNA. It's a survival mechanism passed down through countless generations. A woman choosing a lesser male, a male who couldn't provide or protect, historically meant a significantly higher risk of death for herself and her offspring. It was a matter of life and death. So the preference, the need, for a high status, resourceful, and genetically superior mate became deeply ingrained, an instinctual drive as powerful as hunger or thirst. Think about the implications of this. This isn't a choice. It's an imperative. This innate drive compels them, often unconsciously, to seek out the best possible partners, even if it means intense competition and, frankly, leaving a lot of nice guys in the dust. This is the brutal, beautiful, and often heartbreaking reality of hypergamy. Are you starting to understand the power of this primal force? Are you beginning to see why your niceness might be working against you? This is just the tip of the iceberg. We're going to go much, much deeper. The 80-20 rule, Pareto principle in dating. The cold, hard truth is that the vast majority of women are chasing the same small percentage of men. Let that sink in. This isn't some incel fantasy. It's a statistically observable phenomenon, amplified by the brutal, unforgiving world of modern dating. Think of it like this. 80% of the women are vying for the attention, validation, and ultimately, the commitment of the top 20% of men. Why? Because those 20% of men, the alphas, the leaders, the men radiating raw, untamed masculine energy, possess the traits hypergamy demands. Elaborate on how this principle manifests in the modern dating landscape, online dating, social media. Imagine a colossal, virtual coliseum. This is the reality of online dating and social media. Platforms like Tinder, Bumble, Instagram. They're not just connecting people, they're showcasing them. And what happens when you put an unlimited number of women in front of a seemingly unlimited pool of men? Hypergamy goes into overdrive. Dating apps have amplified hypergamy to an extreme level, giving women unprecedented access to a vast pool of men and allowing them to be incredibly selective. It's a buyer's market, and the buyer's women are holding all the cards. Think about it. A woman can swipe through hundreds, even thousands, of profiles in a single day. She's not looking for nice or average. She's filtering ruthlessly and efficiently for the best. The top-tier men, the ones with the jaw-dropping photos, the impressive careers, the undeniable aura of status and dominance, are inundated with likes, messages, and attention. They're drowning in options. Meanwhile, the vast majority of men, the average Joes, the nice guys, are left fighting for scraps, desperately trying to get noticed in a sea of competition. Their messages go unanswered, their profiles ignored. It's a brutal, demoralizing cycle. Discuss how this creates intense competition among men and leads to feelings of frustration and inadequacy for those outside the top 20%. You're not imagining it. The game is rigged. This isn't about your inherent worth as a human being. It's about understanding the rules of the game. The 80-20 rule creates a hyper-competitive environment where men are constantly being measured and judged against each other. If you're not consistently striving to improve, to climb that ladder of dominance, you're falling behind. This leads to feelings of frustration, inadequacy, and even resentment. You see women consistently choosing men who seemingly have it all, and you wonder, what am I doing wrong? The answer, my friend, is that you're playing the game by the wrong rules. You're expecting fairness in a system designed for ruthless selection. You're expecting nice to be enough when the biological imperative of hypergamy demands so much more. The game is rigged. It's rigged in favor of the alphas, the men who embody the traits that trigger primal attraction. And until you understand and accept this, you'll continue to be a casualty of the 80-20 rule. This is not about being a victim. It's the ruthless truth about female nature in the current dating environment. The first step towards a solution is admitting the problem. Why nice guys finish last in the hypergamous game. Forget everything you've been told about being a nice guy. Everything. Every sugary sweet lie, every pathetic platitude, every ounce of conditioning that's turned you into a simpering, approval-seeking supplicant. In the brutal arena of hypergamy, niceness, untempered by steel, is not a virtue. It's a fatal flaw. It's the scent of weakness, the hallmark of the beta, the death knell of your romantic aspirations. Let's be brutally honest. Niceness, without status, without dominance, without resources, is often perceived as weakness, not kindness, in the eyes of hypergamous women. Why? Because women are biologically programmed, hardwired at the deepest level of their being, to seek strength, not subservience. Millennia of evolution have etched this into their DNA. They needed and still subconsciously crave the protection and provision that only a powerful man can offer. A nice guy who bends over backward, who constantly seeks approval, who avoids conflict at all costs. He's signaling, in neon lights, his lack of these crucial qualities. Think about it from a primal perspective. Imagine a cave woman. Would she choose the caveman who brought her flowers, or the prehistoric equivalent, but cowered in the face of danger? Or would she choose the ruthless hunter, the fearless warrior, the one who could defend her and their offspring from predators, both animal and human? The answer is blindingly obvious. And while the world has changed, that primal wiring, that deep-seated preference for strength, hasn't vanished. It's been buried under layers of societal conditioning, but it's still there, pulsing beneath the surface. This directly connects to the concept of beta behavior. Beta males in the animal kingdom and in human society are the subordinates, the followers, the ones who defer to the alpha, being agreeable, accommodating, constantly seeking validation. These are classic beta traits. They signal a lack of leadership, a lack of confidence, a lack of power. And in the hypergamous game, power is the ultimate aphrodisiac. Being agreeable and accommodating won't get you anywhere if you don't exude the qualities of an alpha. You might get a pat on the head, a thank you, maybe even a pity date, but you won't ignite that primal spark of desire. You won't trigger the hypergamous impulse. Let's use harsh language, because the truth is harsh. Nice guys are doormats. They're stepping stones. They're the emotional tampons women use to soak up their insecurities before they move on to the real prize, the alpha male. The man who exudes confidence, who takes charge, who isn't afraid to assert himself. The man who possesses the resources, the status, and the sheer presence to command respect, and yes, desire. The nice guy is the friend, the confidant, the shoulder to cry on, but rarely, if ever, the lover. He's the one who gets friend-zoned, used, and ultimately discarded. He provides comfort, but he doesn't ignite passion. He's the beta, orbiting the alpha, forever trapped in the gravitational pull of a man who understands the true nature of the game. The nice guy is consumed with building rapport. The alpha is planning his conquest. Brutal? Yes. True? Absolutely. This isn't about being cruel. It's about exposing the raw, unfiltered reality of female mate selection. It's about understanding the rules of the game so you can finally start playing to win instead of being a perpetual loser. The alpha traits women crave beyond superficiality. It's not just about six-pack abs and a Ferrari. While those can be outward manifestations of success, they're mere icing on the cake, easily attainable by a beta with enough money. True hypergamous attraction, the kind that makes a woman instinctively know you're in the top 20%, is triggered by far deeper, more primal qualities. We're talking about the raw, unfiltered signals of genetic fitness and the undeniable ability to provide and protect, even if protection in the modern world means navigating social complexities and financial battles, not wielding a club. Let's dissect these crucial alpha traits. 1. Dominance, the lion in the room. This isn't about being a bully or a tyrant. It's about controlled strength, an unwavering confidence in your own capabilities, and the unshakable ability to command respect. Of a lion surveying his territory, he doesn't need to roar constantly. His presence exudes authority. Dominance manifests in your posture. Stand tall, occupy space, your voice project, speak with conviction, and your decision-making be decisive. Take charge. It's about being the man who leads, not follows. It is the unwavering control of a situation, a project, or an interaction. Toxic masculinity alert. Some will cry toxic masculinity at the mere mention of dominance. Let them. This isn't about oppressing women. It's about embodying the strength that, ironically, women are biologically wired to find attractive. This is about channeling that inherent masculine energy, not suppressing it. 2. Confidence, the unbreakable core. True confidence isn't arrogance. It's the deep-seated belief in your own worth and abilities. It's the quiet certainty that radiates from within, even in the face of adversity. It's knowing you can handle whatever life throws your way, and that knowledge is incredibly seductive. This is developed through competence. Master skills, conquer challenges, and build a life you're proud of. Confidence is the byproduct of a life well lived, a life of constant self-improvement. 3. Social status, the king on his throne. Humans are social creatures, and status matters. This isn't necessarily about fame or fortune, but about your position within your chosen social circles. Are you respected? Admired? Do people seek your opinion? Are you a leader in your community, your workplace, or even your group of friends? High social status signals that you're a valuable member of the tribe, someone others look up to. Cultivate this by becoming a master of your craft, networking strategically, and providing value to those around you. Become the go-to guy. Male hierarchy and social pecking order. Accept it or not, hierarchies exist. Men are constantly assessing each other, consciously or unconsciously, to determine their place in the pecking order. Understanding this dynamic is crucial to navigating social situations and projecting high status. 4. Leadership, the captain of the ship. This is closely tied to dominance and confidence. A true leader takes initiative, inspires others, and makes tough decisions. He's the one who charts the course, even when the waters get rough. Women are drawn to men who can take charge, who can provide direction and stability. This doesn't mean being bossy. It means being a visionary, someone who can rally others to a common cause. 5. Resourcefulness, the ultimate problem solver. This is about your ability to adapt, improvise, and overcome obstacles. Can you fix things? Can you think on your feet? Can you find solutions when others are lost? Resourcefulness is a powerful signal of intelligence and adaptability, traits that are highly valued in a long-term partner. It shows you can handle whatever life throws your way, making you a secure and reliable choice. 6. Ambition, the unquenchable fire. A man without ambition is a man without drive, without purpose. Women are attracted to men who are striving for something, who have a burning desire to achieve their goals. This ambition doesn't have to be about world domination. It can be about mastering a skill, building a business, or making a difference in the world. It's the passion and the dedication that are attractive, the relentless pursuit of something greater. 7. Pre-selection, the halo effect. This is one of the most powerful and often overlooked attractors. If other women desire you, it's a strong signal to other women that you're high value. This is the social proof of the dating world. It's why being seen with attractive women, even just as friends, can significantly boost your perceived attractiveness. It's a subconscious shortcut for women. If other women find you desirable, you must be worth pursuing. Game and pickup artistry, pua, the controversial edge. Some aspects of game and pua tap into this principle, using techniques to create the illusion of pre-selection. While ethical considerations are important, understanding the underlying psychology, the power of social proof, is valuable. Authenticity is key, the unmasking. Women have incredibly sensitive BS detectors. They can smell desperation and inauthenticity a mile away. Trying to fake these alpha traits will backfire spectacularly. You can't just pretend to be dominant or confident. You have to become it. This requires genuine self-improvement, a commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. It's a lifelong journey, not a quick fix. Frame control and masculine energy, the unwavering presence. Frame control is about maintaining your own reality, your own perspective, regardless of external pressures. It's about not being easily swayed by others' opinions or emotions. Masculine energy is about being grounded, centered, and in control of your own state. It's about projecting strength and stability, even in the face of chaos. These are subtle but powerful cues that signal your alpha status. This is not a game of tricks. It's about genuine, deep-seated transformation. It's about becoming the man you were meant to be: strong, confident, and capable. It is about embracing and not rejecting your inherently powerful and attractive masculine nature. Actionable strategies shifting your reality. The red pill isn't about whining and moaning. It's about grasping the cold, hard truth and then forging yourself into something better, something irresistible. We're not talking about band-aid solutions here. We're talking about a complete metamorphosis, a radical, unrelenting transformation that will shatter your old self and rebuild you as a man of power. Become the top 20%. It's a brutal climb, an agonizing ascent, but it's the only way to win in this hypergamous game, the only way to escape the soul-crushing mediocrity of the 80%. You must become the prize. Think of it as ascending Mount Everest without oxygen. Every step is a battle against your own weakness, your own limitations. But the view from the top, unparalleled. Let's tease a few crucial handholds on this treacherous climb. But remember, this is just a glimpse. The full map to the summit. That requires a deeper commitment. A commitment I offer elsewhere. First, your physical vessel. Are you a temple or a trash heap? Hit the gym with the ferocity of a cornered lion. Sculpt your body into a weapon. This isn't about vanity. It's about signaling genetic fitness. It's about projecting strength and discipline. Style, dress like you deserve attention, like you own the room. Ditch the clothes. They scream low value. Second, your financial fortress. Are you a provider or a parasite? Develop high income skills. Become indispensable. Money isn't everything, but it's the bedrock of security and freedom. It allows you to operate from a position of strength, not desperation. Learn to code, master sales, conquer finance, whatever it takes to become a financial titan. Remember, resources are a primal attractant. A king needs his kingdom. Third, your social kingdom. Are you a leader or a follower? Building social status is about crafting your image, cultivating connections, and exuding influence. Become a master networker. Learn to command attention. Become the sun that others orbit. Pre-selection, the undeniable magnetism of being desired by other women, is your most powerful weapon. It's a vicious circle. The more women want you, the more women will want you. It's social proof in its rawest form. Fourth, your inner citadel is your mind a fortress or a festering swamp. Cultivate unshakable confidence. This comes from competence, from mastering your craft, from facing your fears and crushing them. Learn to control your emotions, to project unwavering self-belief. Develop that steel will and iron discipline everyone talks about. Become a master of your own internal world. Fifth, your strategic arsenal. Are you a strategist or a pawn? Understanding female psychology, the game is paramount. Learn the subtle cues, the unspoken language, the underlying motivations. This isn't about manipulation, although that's a tool you should absolutely familiarize yourself with, just in case. It's about understanding the rules of engagement. It's about knowing why women make the choices they do. Become a student of female nature, a master of the dance of attraction. This is about becoming unstoppable, not just getting a girlfriend. This is about forging yourself into a man of unwavering power, a force of nature. It's a relentless, never-ending journey of self-improvement. Every day, you must strive to be better than you were yesterday. Every day, you must confront your weaknesses and obliterate them. Are you ready to embrace the pain, the sacrifice, the sheer ruthlessness required? Are you ready to become the man women crave? Are you ready to become truly alpha? The path is arduous, but the rewards limitless. This isn't just about attracting women. It's about claiming your birthright as a man. Listen to me and listen carefully. This isn't some feel-good, politically correct nonsense you'll hear anywhere else. This is the unvarnished truth about female nature. Hypergamy. It's the raw, biological imperative driving women to seek the best possible mate, and it's a force you cannot ignore. It's not pretty, it's not fair. It's probably not what you want to hear, but it is reality. As cold and hard as a diamond. 80% of women, driven by this primal urge, are chasing the same 20% of men. They're flocking to the alphas, the men who exude dominance, confidence, and the unmistakable aura of success. Think of it like a relentless, unforgiving tide. You can stand on the shore and curse the waves, or you can learn to surf. You can whine about how unfair it is, or you can build yourself into the kind of man who rides the wave to the top. Are dating apps stacked against you? Yes. Is the competition fierce? Absolutely. Is it going to be easy? Hell no. So I ask you, and I want you to really consider this. Will you continue to be a victim of the 80-20 rule? Will you remain a statistic, lost in the sea of overlooked men, pathetically complaining about the unfairness of it all while the alphas reap the rewards? Or will you finally wake up, take the red pill, and choose to become one of the men women actually desire, the men they instinctively crave? The choice is yours, and yours alone. It's a stark, binary decision. Remain in the shadows, a forgotten beta, perpetually frustrated and alone, or embrace the challenge. Embrace the brutal, uphill battle to transform yourself into the absolute best version of yourself. A man of unyielding strength, unwavering confidence, and undeniable value. A man who commands respect and attraction, not begs for it. This isn't a game. This is your life. This is about becoming the master of your own destiny. The journey to becoming an alpha, to joining that top 20% is long and arduous, filled with setbacks and challenges that will test your will at every turn. It requires relentless self-improvement, iron discipline, and a willingness to confront your weaknesses head-on, to rip them out by the roots and replace them with steel. But I tell you, the rewards, the sheer power and control you'll gain over your life and your relationships are immeasurable. They are worth every ounce of blood, sweat, and tears you invest. This is just the beginning, the surface scratched. There's a whole universe of knowledge waiting to be unlocked, a path to power you haven't even imagined. Seek out more, devour it. Become a student of the red pill, of female psychology, of the brutal, beautiful game of attraction. The journey starts now. Are you in or are you out? Make your decision. Your future depends on it, because let's be honest, no one is going to do that for you. Become unstoppable.